Hello there, my name is Aaron Dunn. I am currently a junior in the Interior Design Technology program trying to get my bachelor's degree. Today we are talking about the Kit of Parts project in the class of 3D Interior Design. This project is based off of the theme Dialogue. I had a few ideas for dialogue, which was garden and library, but in the end I wound up choosing library to suit the theme dialogue. The meaning of dialogue is the conversation between two or more people that is featured in a book, play, or movie. It can also be interpreted as giving context in a situation, which is why I chose library. The reason why I chose library is because of it giving context and information in a quiet setting. You'll be seeing that throughout the process of schematics as well as in the final design. Moving on to the schematic floor plan, as you can see I have 4 walls along the edge of the base to create privacy, kind of like how you see in the library where you can get some quietness and to study or read. Moving on to the schematic cross sections, you can see where I try to show how the walls create privacy. It didn't show up really well. I also show how the pools are right next to each other. You see that a little bit better in the final cross section. Moving on to the schematic model, as you can see it's a little bit dark. In the final model I changed the roof a little bit so it shows a little bit of light. You can see that there's privacy still involved. You'll see how I accentuate that in the final process. Moving on to the final floor plan, as you can see nothing has really changed. I did make the columns pop out a bit more as well as the walls so you can see how they keep privacy within the space. Moving on to the cross sections, you can see on the top cross section how the walls on the edge show privacy as well as how close those pools are. Granted, there are columns at the very end that you don't see that are in the perspectives in the next slide. In bottom cross section, you can see the smaller pool as well as one of the walls next to the monolith. The monolith is not attached to the plinth as it's movable. It's kind of like a bench, so you can move it around. Moving on to the perspectives here, as I said, on that top cross section that you saw, there are columns at the very end, kind of preventing you from going through or going around the pools, but acting as a barrier, and you can see how beautiful the pools are while looking out to the view. And as you can see on the right image, how the monolith, it's kind of like books or bookmarks kind of stacked, acting as a bench. Moving on to the final model here, as you can see nothing has really changed other than the roof. The roof, I kind of cut out some squares as well as a few rectangles in the middle, kind of acting as a skylight to provide more natural light, but as well as still keeping some privacy. Here in the next photo, you can see how that privacy kind of still works, but also still providing enough light. You get a nice view kind of looking onto wherever the plinth is, looking out to the pools, as well as looking into the view, as well as vice versa if you go around to the back of the pools. That is the end of the Kit of Parts project. I learned a lot of what dialogue means and how to apply that further in other projects. I hope everyone enjoyed, and thank you for watching.